Interview with Essence, Russell Wilson was optimistic about his new team and his goals for the year, telling Essence, to play 13 years in the NFL has been a dream come true. To be able to play for Mike Tomlin, stand side by side with him and try to accomplish all the goals that I want to accomplish with the Steelers organization and what that represents for the NFL is one of the greatest gifts in the world. Drew, are the Steelers set up to succeed?
Well, Coach, because I give reasoned commentary on this show, I have been named the Russell Wilson guy. Yeah. All I'm doing is saying he was solid last year. Not great, but 26-9, I think, 26 touchdowns. Right. Top 5, top 6 in passer rating.
Do you think those
he was solid.
Fair representations of his play?
They were slightly above his play, but still, he was solid.
So
that's all I'm saying.
To like the 8th or 9th.
And the Steelers go 10-7 with the worst quarterback play this side of the Meadowlands. All right? You throw in Russell, even if Russell, I think he'll be better than he was last year. But if he is just what he was last year, the only problem for the Steelers is the division. I mean, the division, it's just who's not making the playoffs out of that division. Obviously,
Pittsburgh.
1 or 2 teams, possibly. But look, they got a very good defense coach. You got a championship coach. You got you always belittle the running backs. Najee Harris, all he does is run for 1,000 yards every year.
Not good.
All he does every single year of his career, 1,000 yards. Jalen Warren had 5 yards. Hold on, but because you got Jalen Warren getting 5 yards a carry and splitting time with him, so they got running backs.
1,000 yards for his career.
He averaged 5 yards a carry last year.
Okay.
I was one of the early to the party on Tony Pollard. But, that's all. Jalen Warren played well. That's what I'm saying. I know running backs.
And then when Tony Pollard got his own team, how'd it work out, buddy?
I mean, they needed somebody. They needed a meter. They needed a meter. That's their fault. That's the Cowboys. No surprise there. George Pickens is one of the most talented. Now, he hasn't lived up to it.
Okay.
One of the most talented receivers. They draft a good receiver. Then what's not to like about the Steelers?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I love this move. I love this move.
Thank you, Coach.
20 more touchdowns than Kenny Pickett. 18 points higher in terms of quarterback rating. Another 6% higher in terms of completion percentage. So you've got that component to it. He's got experience, and you may, people may think he's corny or however they classify him, but he's got Super Bowl experience. He's understands how to win. So let's look at this in combination with Justin Fields. So you bring the two of them together. It costs $5 million for those two guys combined. Can we show this graphic? It's $4.4 million. Look at the guys making more than Russ and Justin Fields combined. Now, the Steelers could play both those guys. I would have a Justin Fields package. I would have a Russell Wilson package. Defensive coordinators have to get ready for both of them. It's really difficult. Justin Fields can come in and do things that Russ can't do. And you're only spending $4.4 million on those two guys. It's an incredible upgrade for them. It gives them a chance to win. And now it also gives you a chance to see whether or not Justin Fields can develop into something better than he's been so far. It is an absolute great situation for them. Huge upgrade at $4.4 million.
It's great economics. There's no question about it. The problem is, if Russ doesn't win the job, he can't be on the team. And you want to know why, Brew? Because we showed you the words from the Essence magazine cover story. We didn't show you the pictures.
I thought the
sexiest man of the moment.
Okay, well, I just think because, Coach, I'll show it to you, Coach, because it really doesn't seem like the type of thing that you support from your. Hold on, wait a second, guys.
I have that suit.
No, wait. Can I be serious for a moment?
These are cool pictures.
We have heard about Baker Mayfield when he was at the peak of his powers, doing commercials and how much of a nuisance that is in your opinion. Wait a moment.
How many Super Bowls had he won?
Wait a moment. Hold on. How many Super Bowls has Russell Wilson won since the first Obama administration? Give me a break.
Enough to take those pictures.
No. This is why Russ has to be the starter. And if he's not, he can't be on the team. Because this guy is not a backup. He doesn't think he is. He doesn't carry himself like he is. He is not open to the idea of it.
$1.2 million.
I understand, Coach.
I hear this, guys. Because you usually don't want a celebrity as your backup. I get that, but here.
Russell Wilson is not a celebrity. He is not a big personality person. I think he wishes he was a celebrity, but take one look at those pictures and you're just like, ugh, the heck is that? So he's not a celebrity and this big, massive personality that, like, you know, a Cam Newton was, where you had to get Cam Newton out of there. Okay? That's not what Russell Wilson is. Russell Wilson has been beaten down, made fun of by fans, media, other players. He's not a celebrity. Now, if he really does have this massive ego, where he's just like, I am him, then sure. But I don't know how true that is. I think he obviously has an ego, but it's like weird, you know, like he's this very interesting personality in that regard. But what I would say is I disagree with putting Fields in and taking him out and putting him in and doing these packages. I disagree with that. I'm on the record saying that I think Fields should sit the entire season. And you just rebuild him from the ground up, no pressure. You say, you're just sitting. We are going to, you know, pick up your option. We believe you to be the quarterback of the future for this team. We are really excited, but we want you, you know, you have some issues that we need to work on, and we don't want any pressure. You're just going to sit back, relax, and absorb everything. Okay, we are going to rebuild you from the ground up, no pressure, no pressure. And then the same thing, you get to say that to Russell Wilson. You get to say, hey, you are starting this whole season. Even if you go 0-3, 0-4, 1-5, you are playing. This is you. You are the starter. Okay? No pressure, ball out, be you. Okay? We think Sean Payton did you dirty. Let's go. We believe in you. We have a good squad. Like Brew was saying, like, look what we were able to do with these no-name quarterbacks. You're Russell Wilson. You won a Super Bowl. Let's go. You're a Pro Bowler. So that's the way how I would handle it. I think the Steelers can have success with Russell Wilson. The only issue is that I think you have to ask yourself, is Sean Payton one of those true, legit, offensive, elite coaches like the Andy Reids, the McVays, the Shannons? Because he's usually put into that category. And if he is, and he said, Russell Wilson, get out of here, then that does speak volumes. And there's no reason to believe, even with his somewhat inflated numbers as they conceded, then there's no true reason to believe that with a great top offensive coach, that he's going to be able to do that then in Pittsburgh. You would have to imagine that he would regress and be less than those numbers. So, but if those numbers are representative of who he is as a quarterback, and for whatever reason the personalities just did not mix, and so, you know, Sean Payton was like, get out of here. I want a brand new quarterback. I want a rookie quarterback. I want to rebuild from the ground up. It's going to take a couple of years. I've already talked to ownership. They understand that this is a 3-4 year plan. I'm not going to get stuck in purgatory with you, right? You know, kind of like, you know, a worse version than what the Cowboys are with Dak Prescott. And, you know, he sees the writing on the wall and is just like, no. We need to rebuild in the draft. I like this guy. I want to go. That's what I want to do. You know, there's the real possibility of that. But with Russ, right, he is clearly a capable quarterback. He's not a dumpster fire. He is not a complete spaz. You can trust him with the playbook. You can trust him on the field. I mean, yeah, is he going to just win shootouts and just gun the ball down the field and be able to just do anything he wants out there? No. But he does have his moments, and he is pretty consistent, even if he does miss some, you know, pretty obvious reads. But a lot of quarterbacks do, quite honestly, and they can still win. And this should be a good defense. And the offense should improve, because I do believe that they do have a legitimate offensive coordinator now. And I do think that Russell Wilson is going to be in a more supportive environment than he was with Sean Payton and the Broncos at this point. That's what I believe. I'm not crazy about Sean Payton personally, especially his personality. So I could see him kind of having issues and not being conducive in that way. But at the same time, even though I think the Steelers could probably be a pretty decent team and a tough team, the Ravens are better. The Bengals are better. Like, I'm just not seeing them beat those teams. I'm not seeing them beat those teams out of the playoffs. The Cleveland Browns, I have no idea. I have no idea what the Browns are going to look like. Is Deshaun Watson back and ready to go? Is he a good player anymore? I have no idea. Honestly, like, if they started talking about Deshaun Watson, I would just be like, I have no idea. I really have zero opinions on it. So, and again, it's like hard to know what, the other teams look around, because like the chance of the Steelers is wild card. And then it's like, okay, well, what do the Colts look like this year? What about the Texans? You obviously have the Chiefs, the Bills. Like, it starts to get crowded. So, do I think that the Steelers have a shot at the wild card? Yeah, technically. Technically, because you do still have a handful of teams that should probably be not good at all. Mainly the Raiders and the Broncos, depending on unless they make some splash moves, in the draft or they just really hit a home run with like drafting a quarterback. Again, no idea what their plan is. But what if the Chargers get going? What if they're able, what if Harbaugh is able to right that ship a lot sooner than a lot of people think, and they're able to get into the wild card, or dare I say, win the division? Then the Chiefs are in the wild card. Like those are all possibilities. So I'm just not seeing a true path forward for the Steelers, even if they are pretty good. It's just hard to imagine to see the Steelers like, winning 12 games, winning the division or getting into the wild card. It would be impressive. It really, really would be impressive. But it's just not what I'm necessarily predicting. But I'm open to it. But I think the biggest mistake that the Steelers can make is this whole, who's going to be the quarterback? Is it Justin Fields? Is it Wilson? Wilson had not a great half. We're down 21-0. Let's just throw Justin Fields in there. Then you're setting up Justin Fields to fail. And then it spirals and it becomes a disaster. So that I am definitely wholeheartedly against. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. Do you think the Steelers are set up to succeed with Russell Wilson? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of, and I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. And it helps combat all the trolls and haters. Thank you so much, and see you next time.